I've been trading props for about 7 years at this point. So how long should you actually trade prop firms? Is it worth your time long term? You guys are lucky to be trading in a time in the golden age of props. When I first started trading, I blew thousands of dollars of my own money trying to learn the skill, right? I shelled out my wife's credit cards. I blew a lot of cash in those early days trying to trade my own money. I didn't really know too much about props at the time. So it's actually a really good opportunity while you're still learning and still trying to become profitable, or at least to prove to yourself that you can be profitable. It's a really low cost way to get skin in the game versus how it used to be. Because in my opinion, the advice to newbies is trade demo for a little while, trade demo for 6 months to a year until you get good. But in my opinion, demo doesn't teach you anything, right? I tried to trade demo myself when I first started out. The problem with demo trading is there's no skin in the game, right? You've got nothing at risk. The psychology is not the same. It's just a totally different game to trading where there's actual money on the line. Now, you don't want to risk thousands of dollars when you're first starting. So being able to pick up a prop firm account for if you grab an Apex account with their always 80% discounts, it's like $37 for a 50K evaluation. So you've put $37 on the line to potentially get access to $2,500 worth of drawdown and, potentially get a 4-figure payout off the bat versus just trading demo. That's a good opportunity, a great way to learn. Have a little bit of skin in the game without absolutely breaking the bank and putting yourself in credit card debt like I did when I first started out. So it's a brilliant place to start for beginners, in my opinion. But don't let this be your path all the way through, right? Once you've taken 3 payouts, now the reason I say 3 payouts is because you can easily fluke a first payout. I mean, a lot of people have taken their first payout and then just never been able to crack it again. So once you've taken 3 payouts, at that point, it's less luck and more consistency, right? You've been able to take 1 payout, 2 payouts, 3 payouts. At this point, you've proven you've got some consistency, right? At that point, start funneling cash towards building a personal account. Now, that cash can be from your full-time job or from your payouts. Ideally, you just want to take that cash from your payouts and build a personal account. Choose a discount brokerage. I use AMP at the moment for my discount broker account because I can get access to a decent amount of contracts with a fairly low amount of cash. I think a good amount to aim for is to start off a personal account with $10,000 because at that point, it's enough money to where your returns are going to be worth your time and you're not going to have to over leverage to make something worthwhile. So if you have $10,000 in a personal brokerage account, you risk maybe 2%, 2.5% a day. To make a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2, that's $250 to $500 per day that you can make from your personal account, only risking 2 to 2.5%. Versus if you only had $1,000 or a couple thousand, you're going to have to risk quite a bit of that capital to make anything worthwhile. So 10K is like the sweet spot, in my opinion, for a personal account. To start a personal account is put 10K in and then start trading that account. But again, I cannot stress enough, only do this after you've proven to yourself that you can take 3 payouts. Because the other thing about props is that if you've been able to trade within the rules of a prop firm, because prop firm rules are bloody hard, right? Your consistency rules, your trailing drawdowns, your scaling rules, these things are hard for most traders because as a new trader, you're prone to over leveraging and pushing too hard. But if you learn to work within the rules of a prop firm and develop your skills as a trader within the guardrails that prop firms have, you're going to be really good with a personal account which has no rules, okay? Because then you've learned that discipline that was required to get 3 payouts in the prop firm game. You can now take that discipline over to a personal account. You'll be less likely to blow yourself up and you'll be a more consistent trader. All those prop firm rules, although they may seem hard to you at the moment, are super beneficial for your career as a trader. So at this point, once you've taken 3 payouts, don't waste your time trying, and a lot of prop firms now like Path to Live. I know Top Step's big on trying to push traders live. This is not in your best interest. Okay, I've been in the prop game now almost 7 years. And I can tell you, I've been on both sides of the fence on this, but moving to live is not in your best interest as a trader. There's little to no benefit versus just having money in your personal account. All moving to live does is mitigates risk on the prop firm's part so that their only downside is now the profit you've already made in their sim environment. So they are mitigating their risk by moving you to live. It is not in your best interest. At this point, you have to pay professional market data fees. You have to still follow their rules for getting payouts. So screw the path to live. It's a farce. It is not worth your time. Use props to take payouts in sim environments. then get out of there. Build your personal account. After being on both sides of the fence of this, live prop firms accounts are a waste of time. Don't bother at all. Take all the money out, put it into your own account. However, that being said, at this point, you should still keep using funded accounts, but only if they offer some sort of unique benefit alongside trading your own money. Because there's still a high ROI. Once you're a good trader and you're able to pass evaluations, you've proven you've been able to take payouts, there is still a high ROI potential for you to use funded accounts if they have some sort of unique scaling advantage. For example, and why I still like Apex, even though I primarily trade my own money now, I still like to utilize Apex, is because they're often running their 80% discounts, right? It's normal for Apex to be on sale. You can pick up a 50K account for $37.50. That's access to 2.5K worth of drawdown, right? Once you get funded. But the power in Apex is the copy trading across multiple accounts, right? You're allowed up to 20 funded accounts. So if I bought 20 Apex accounts, it's going to cost me $750. But then say I just slowly work towards a 1K payout per account, right? 1K times 20 accounts is $20,000. I've spent $750 after activation fees, maybe closer to $2,000, I believe. But even still, I spend $2K evaluation fees plus activation fees. I get a 1K payout per account. I make $20,000 minus my expenses. I've then made $18,000 for spending $2,000, only earning 1K profit per account. See, that's something you can't do with a personal account, right? You can't just grind towards a $1,000 profit P&L in the account and then suddenly make $20,000. That's only possible with mass scaling opportunities in a sim environment like Apex offers. So this is the only situation where I see at the point where you're trading a personal account where it's also worth it to still have some form of prop firm account on the side, is where there is some sort of unique scaling advantage to this. If your prop firm of choice doesn't offer anything like this, they only offer you like 1 to 3 accounts max, and they have all these rules. You can only take 50% profit out, or you're going to move to live after 3 payouts, whatever it is. It's not worth your time, right? So alongside your personal funds, also take advantage of these opportunities. It's not hard to do. I have my personal brokerage account on one side here, and then I have my sim accounts on the other side here, and I watch them both while I'm watching the market every day, and I'll take a trade on both sides and I'm done, right? It doesn't take any extra effort for a potentially very high ROI with low cost risk up front on the Apex side, and then of course my bread and butter, which is my personal trading account. So that's the only time that it's worth continuing to trade prop after you reach this point. And the main point I want to get across here is don't try and make a career out of trading prop firms, right? Just use them as a way to get into the game, build your personal account to at least $10,000, and then primarily trade your personal account while on the side milking sim scale opportunities that some props give. Remember that 99.9% of props, even the so-called good guys in the space, aren't here to give you a trading career. They're here because it's a profitable business model to earn from failed evaluations. That is the main business model, right? They're not making that much money off copying profitable traders. So take advantage of the prop game to build yourself up, and then leave, get out, build that personal account, and then milk the opportunities that sim prop firms allow you to have. But then take advantage of the unique opportunities that trading in the sim environment allows you to have. But screw everything else, guys. Long term, you're going to thank yourself for building a personal account versus trying to just trade prop long term. And I want to hear your opinions as well on prop firms down below. This is my opinion, my experience. After trading for 8 years and trading props for almost 7 years now, this is my experience and my opinions on prop firms.